Hi, I am back from about a year and a half from not uploading videos, and I decided to start doing it again today. I am going to be vlogging this month. I'll probably upload about 2 videos this month just to get myself more comfortable with talking in front of the camera. I'm going to start with doing vlogs, and maybe in the future I'll do more different type of sit-down videos, but for now that's what I'm going to be doing. Um, this might be a longer clip because I have to catch you up a little bit on what I've been doing. Not over the past year and a half, of course, but in the past 2 months, or in the past month. I did NaNoWriMo in November, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I'm going to make my channel both a writing channel and a book channel, because my goal for NaNoWriMo was 50,000 words, just like what they set the goal as, and I wrote about 250 pages, and I've been working on this story since about April of this year, and I just got really into it, and I want to document me editing it, my thoughts throughout it, and everything like that. These are my journals that I'm writing in. I have this one, and I have this one. There's a lot of blank space in it too, so I can go back and edit it. Right now I am taking a break from writing because I wrote so much in November. It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done, was getting to my writing goal. But I am so proud of everything I've done, and I'm going to, in the future, try to get it self-published. So that's where I'm at now with writing, and I'm not going to talk about exactly what my book is about now. I will at a later time when I'm getting more into it, but while I'm on my week break from it, I'm just going to focus on reading, because during the month of NaNoWriMo, I did not read at all. Like, I didn't, in the last 10 days I did. My goal was to not read the entire month, because I read a lot, and I wanted a little bit of a break. But, I decided in the last 10 days I was going to read, a bit, and that was Clash of Kings, which is the second, book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. And, I got about 300 pages into it by the end of November, and it's December 1st right now, and I'm on page 454. So my thoughts on this so far is, well, I'll start with telling you about what I thought about Game of Thrones, the first book, and that was, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It's one of my favorite books. It was amazing. I love this series on TV, so reading it was great, and it pretty much, the first season pretty much follows exactly the book, and I loved reading about the characters, because I already loved the characters and cared about them, and then I got to this book, and for me, Clash of Kings didn't start off strong. The first 300 pages I felt like nothing at all was happening. We're basically reading about each of the characters and like the things that are happening individually with them, because they're in all different spots right now. And don't worry, I'm not going to spoil, but and it just was so slow beginning, such a slow beginning, but I love it so much because I still love the characters and I want to keep reading. That's what's keeping me attached to the story. It's just a lot of political stuff going on right now, and I do love it. I do love this book, but it just wasn't as good as the first one. Now I'm on, after page 300, it kind of got a bit better. Now there's more stuff going on, but still not a ton of stuff, but I'm definitely enjoying it more. So that's my thoughts on that. I'll update you as I progress. And then I have The Sisters of Winterwood. This is a library copy, but I am 20% into it. I'm reading it on ebook. I'm going to return this because it's a big book. I didn't want to carry it around everywhere, so I just got it on ebook instead. So yeah, I'm reading on ebook. I'm 20% in, and I'm loving it. So far, I mean, I'm not far enough into it to tell you like if I'm gonna love the book or not, but 20% in, and it's basically there's two sisters, and one's a swan and one's a bear, and it just the way it's written is so fairy tale like, and I love that. And one of the characters' points of view is in verse, and I love books in verse. I love books in verse. My favorite author used to be Ellen Hopkins, and she writes all her books in verse, so it kind of reminds me of that a little bit, and I love it so far. And that's where I'm at right now with my reading and my books. I just wanted to start doing this again because I realize I love talking about books, and I have no one to talk about the books that I enjoy with, so I just want to be able to talk about them. That's all I want to do, and my writing, because I really want to talk about writing too, because it's been such a process, and I really wish I would have filmed it last month, the process of me writing the 50,000 words, but then again, it's probably good because it was hard to do, and it would have just distracted me from my goal, but it would have been great to look back on. I'm just really proud of what I did so far. It was so hard, and it's not like great or anything yet, but someday I hope it will be really good. So I'll update you. I'm going to start editing next week, so it's probably be in this vlog where I'll start talking about the editing and stuff with you guys. Okay, so I am back to update you on where I am at reading. I believe today is December 4th. Today is December 4th. So the last time I talked to you guys was on December 1st. So, I'll start off with talking about Clash of Kings. I am on page 709. So I only have like less than 300 pages left. And I'm just not enjoying this book as much as I was thinking I would in the beginning. The first book I just loved so much, and I thought that this would be one of my favorite series ever, and now I'm reading this one, and it's just harder to get through. It doesn't feel like there's much happening, and it's just not as interesting as the first one. It's more political, and I love the characters, I love the world, but for the plot and the pacing, it's just not as good. And that's just really kind of disappointing for me because I really thought I would love this. I thought this was a definite book that I would love, and I'm just not. But I also remember when I was watching the series, at this point in the story, I wasn't as interested in the series as much, and then after it got to a certain point, then I was loving it again. So I'm hoping it's the same thing for the books, and I love the third one more. I'm just trying to push through it. I just love the characters so much. It is probably because I did watch this series that I love them so much. But and the world is so interesting. There's so many characters. There's so many people to remember, and I can't remember them all. It's probably impossible to remember who every single character is, and yeah, so that's where I'm at here. I am going to continue on with this series when I finish this because I feel like the third book will get better, hopefully, because I loved the first one so much. So that's that. And then I am also reading The Sisters of Winterwood. I am 60% through. I'm still reading the ebook, and I think it's a really good story. It also seems like there's not much happening in it because it's like a romance and a murder mystery a bit, and then it's also kind of like, it seems like a fairy tale, like myths, and so it has all of those things. And like for the murder mystery part, I'm just not that interested in it. And then for the romances, those are really good. I just didn't expect it to be mostly a romance, which it is turning out to be, but I love romances, so that's fine. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. I still like it. I'm not loving it as much as I thought I would at the beginning. It just depends on how much happens at the end, because if it just stays at the romance and not much happens after that, then I think I won't love it as much because it won't be as memorable, if that's all there is to it. So, hopefully the next time I talk to you guys, I will be finished with that. And probably I won't be finished with Clash of Kings. I don't know how much I'll get reading done because I'll be very busy at work, and that's where I read the most because I have a very chill job. So I don't know if I'll finish that, but I'll for sure probably be finished with Sisters of Winterwood by the time I talk to you. Okay, so I finished the Sisters of the Winterwood, and I was having a bit of trouble trying to decide whether or not to give this 3 or 4 stars because I really enjoyed the story. The ending was pretty good. It was a bit confusing, but it was pretty good. I overall really loved reading the one of the character's point of view in verse. I really enjoyed the other sister's point of view, and but there did seem to be a lot of kind of pointless drama. And one of my least favorite things to happen in books is to have like the whole problem be centered around not communicating, and that was kind of like the whole book. Is things would have gone so much better if if the characters communicated about the situations that they were in, because one of the sisters, this isn't a spoiler, but one of the sisters could turn into a bear, and she was scared to tell her love interest that she could do this. And I just feel like that was kind of dumb and pointless and didn't make any, like, I don't like that for the drama. But I really enjoyed it. That was the thing, that I really enjoyed the book, but I can't give it anything more than 3 stars. I didn't know how to feel once I finished it, so I went and watched a review about it. And this book follows a Jewish family. So I watched a review that had a girl that was reviewing it is Jewish. And she said a lot of what I was thinking, and she explained how the Jewish representation was really bad. And it was. I did not see that as I was reading it because I wasn't thinking like that. But after I finished it, the representation was really bad. The way that the character that was Jewish, the one that was Jewish, could turn into a bear, and the way that happened, and like her thoughts and how she was looked at was horrible. And then the girl who wasn't actually Jewish, she was, seen as beautiful, and she just wanted to be free and all of that. And the Jewish girl seemed like a raging beast, and I realized how bad that was after I watched the review. This book is Own Voices, so it really surprised me that it would be that bad, the Jewish representation. And I just, maybe it wasn't, but looking back, like the way that they looked at the Jewish girl just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. And the way, because there's also goblins. This is a retelling of the Goblin Market, by the way. And the goblins, the way the goblins were described had some Jewish stereotypes. This, once I watched this review, I was like, that was just wrong to just describe the Jewish like that. But I really did enjoy the story. I think it was done well. I liked the verse, I liked the parson verse, and I liked the characters, and the romances were interesting, and I just love retellings of the Goblin Market, even though I've never even read that poem. So it was overall enjoyable to read, and at the beginning I thought I would give it 5 stars, but with all the other factors pulled in, I'm going to give it 3 stars, because there was just so many problems with it. So that's where I'm at with that. It's going to be 3 stars. And then I am also reading Clash of Kings, but I'm not going to really talk about that because I didn't get much farther. I didn't get to read much over the past couple days. And the one thing that the Sisters of the Winterwood made me want to do is read my favorite book, which is also a retelling of the Goblin Market, and that one's my favorite book of all time, and I want to reread that, and I feel like it's perfect to read it during the winter, to read Winter Song. So, yeah, I love that book. So I'm going to be rereading that. I don't know how soon, though. I don't know if it'll be in this vlog or the next. But I'm probably going to read it next week because I really want to read that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, so today is currently December 7th, and my vlog is getting to be a bit long, and I don't want to put out a super long vlog because it'll probably end up being about 30 minutes because I love talking about books, so I just can't stop talking in a lot of my clips. So I am going to be ending it here, and next week I'll come out with a different one, hopefully on December 14th. We'll see how it goes. But yes, so there's nothing really to update you on my reading so far. I'm pretty much at the exact same spot that I was last time I talked to you. Just to tell you what will be in the next vlog, I'm probably going to be listening to the audiobook Jane Eyre. I am probably going to be reading The Afterlife of Holly Chase. I might start reading Winter Song. I'll hopefully be finishing Clash of Kings next week. So that is just what you should expect from the next vlog. But I will see you next time. Bye.